What Indonesia's new tourism minister aims to achieve, and 2025 tourist levy target of IDR 250 billion, Bali DPRD considers it too pessimistic. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is October 23rd, 2024, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today in Buleleng? It is 30.1 degrees Celsius, humidity 70%, and wind speed 9.4 kilometers per hour. And another lovely day. What can you say? But it's dry up here, and so we could use some rain. As much as I hate to say that, I'm not a big fan of rain, but we could use some. And lots of stuff. As you know, we have a new president, new vice president, new cabinet, and so we're going to talk about one of the cabinet members most important to people in Bali, the tourism minister. And there have been changes here. Pak Sandiaga Uno is no longer the tourism minister, and so I'm going to talk about the new tourism minister and the deputy tourism minister, because this is an interesting one for Bali. So lots of stuff as usual, so let's get into it. What Indonesia's new tourism minister aims to achieve. Widianti Putri Wardana has been appointed as Indonesia's new Minister of Tourism, taking over from Sandiaga Uno. The new presidential cabinet, known as the Red and White Cabinet, includes 48 ministries, with the Ministry of Tourism now separate from the Ministry of Creative Economy. So that is a big change. Pak Sandiaga expressed his support for the new minister, saying, "On behalf of the entire tourism and creative economy family, I would like to extend a warm welcome and best wishes to the new ministers. And I am confident and optimistic that their achievements will be even greater in the future." Even greater than what? The article does not specify where Sandiaga will go after his time in this new role. In her first speech as minister, Ibu Widianti, often called Widi, outlined several key goals she aims to achieve in her first 6 months in office. Gather input for tourism transformation, engaging with relevant stakeholders to collect insights for transforming the tourism sector. Develop Tourism 5.0 initiative, implementing digital-based marketing strategies for events and introducing AI travel assistance. Formulate a grand strategy for the Indonesia Quality Tourism Fund, creating a strategic plan for diversifying domestic attractions and hosting international scale events. Establish collaborations with world-class institutions, designing partnerships for knowledge transfer and setting up world-class tourism excellence schools. Minister Widianti holds a Bachelor of Science degree from Pepperdine University in California and has over 30 years of experience in the business world. She believes this experience has taught her the importance of smart strategies, efficient methods, and collaboration. She said, "I bring a new perspective and enthusiasm to advance Indonesia's tourism sector in the future." And she is the daughter of the founder and boss of the Teledan Group, which operates in various sectors, including agribusiness and mining. During the ceremony, she also introduced her husband, who is the former CEO of PT Indika Energy, one of Indonesia's largest energy companies. So, a connected lady. Since 2024, Ibu Widianti has been involved in the agribusiness sector through PT Teledan Primo Agro, a palm oil plantation company in East Kalimantan. She's been a commissioner at the company since 2021 and previously served as its director for 9 years. She also holds commissioner roles at the company's subsidiaries, including PT Teledan Agro Resources. In addition to her business work, she's known for her active involvement in social initiatives. So, that's our new tourism minister and a little bit of what she's going to do, and let's talk a little bit more about what she's going to do. Minister of Tourism focuses on improving human resources in 5 tourism destinations. the Minister of Tourism, should I call her Weedy? I guess I call her Ibu Weedy, said that her party will immediately establish communication with various stakeholders in the tourism sector to see the current picture of the Indonesian tourism sector so that her party can design the transformation and ecosystem of that sector. First, she said, we want to hear from all stakeholders, ministries, and tourism experts to design our tourism transformation. Regarding human resources in the tourism sector, especially regarding the large number of millennials who have not yet found work, Ibu Weedy admitted that her party has one focus in improving human resources in 5 super priority tourism destinations by establishing leading schools so as to be able to improve the quality of human resources in the area. I want to improve human resources in priority destinations by establishing excellent schools and hopefully improving the quality of human resources in the area so they can get decent jobs. Okay, good. This woman with a business background will also prepare strategic steps to accelerate the growth of the tourism sector and make it a driving force for an inclusive, sustainable, and global economy. She said, we can do it because Indonesia is a paradise on earth. Wow. Okay. Good luck for Ibu Weedy. And, well, there's some questions from people here in Bali, but we'll get to that, I think, tomorrow. Maybe later today, but maybe tomorrow. And so she's going to be the Minister of Tourism, well, planned to be, for the next 5 years. And now, what about the Deputy Minister of Tourism? Okay, never really talked about the Deputy Minister of Tourism before, but the Deputy Minister of Tourism is from Bali. And not only from Bali, she's from Singaraja. The figure of Nilu Puspa, childhood full of challenges, now Deputy Minister of Tourism. Pak Prabowo, President Prabowo, officially announced the lineup on Sunday of the ministers and deputy ministers in the red and white cabinet. One name that caught the public's attention is Nilu Inik Ermawati, better known as Nilu Puspa. This woman from Bali was appointed as Deputy Minister of Tourism. Nilu Puspa was born with the name Nilu Inik Ermawati on November 18th, 1986. In Singaraja. She is a figure known as a television presenter on Kompas TV. Nilu began her career in journalism, starting her professional journey at a local radio station in Makassar before finally landing with Kompas TV in 2018. Her life's journey is full of inspiring stories. In one of the podcasts on the Kompas TV YouTube channel, Nilu revealed that she spent her childhood in a small village in Bali without electricity and clean water after being abandoned by her parents who migrated to Makassar. She was raised by her grandparents in a poor environment, but this condition did not prevent Nilu from continuing to fight. Nilu completed her undergraduate education at STIE Nobel Indonesia Makassar in 2016. She then developed her career in broadcasting, starting with radio and then finally becoming a television presenter. On Kompas TV, she is widely known through her program entitled Nilu, which raises various social and cultural issues. The appointment of Nilu as Deputy Minister of Tourism for 2024 to 2029 period was a surprising move. She admitted that her calling as Deputy Minister was rather sudden. Nilu stated that her inauguration would be a special moment, especially because she would wear traditional Balinese kabaya, which symbolizes her identity as a Balinese woman. As the Deputy Minister of Tourism, she'll work alongside the Minister of Tourism, Ibu Weedy. The public is looking forward to a real contribution from Nilu, who has made a long mark in the world of journalism. Her experience and closeness to cultural issues are expected to bring positive changes to Indonesia's tourism sector. With her humble background, hard work, and dedication to journalism, Nilu Puspa is now ready to face new challenges as a government official. And she's seen by many as proof that perseverance and an unyielding spirit can bring someone extraordinary success. And so, it'll be interesting to have a Balinese as the Deputy Minister of Tourism. Let's see how that is going to work out. And second main story, 2025 tourist levy target of Indonesia rupiah 250 billion. Bali DPRD considers it too pessimistic. The Bali provincial government's target for foreign tourist levies, PWA, in the 2025 regional revenue and expenditure budget is 250 billion rupiah, which is considered too pessimistic by the Bali DPRD. This was conveyed in the general view of the faction of the 2025 draft regional budget at the first plenary meeting of the Bali Provincial DPRD for session 2024-2025 the other day. The PDEP faction of the Bali Provincial DPRD said that the 2025 PWA retribution target is the same as the target in the 2024 revised budget, where the realization of PWA for 8 months from February to October was 241.48 billion, or 96% of the target. Based on statistical data from BPS of Bali Province in 2024, the number of foreign tourists visiting Bali in the first semester was 2,899,080, with an estimate of 6 million for the year. So it's very realistic that next year we could reach 6.6 million. Why not 10 million, 12 million? Therefore, the potential PAD from PWA in 2025, with rates still referring to Regional Regulation number 6 of 2023, is 990 billion rupiah. Therefore, PDIP encourages the PAD target of 2025 PWA to be increased to a realistic target with a maximum effort so as to provide motivation to take more progressive steps by improving governance in its collection system. And the potential PAD value from PWA could reach 975 billion. And this does not take into account the possibility, yes, listen to this, of a tariff increase from 150,000 to 250,000 or even 500,000. Now, remember, before anybody gets upset about this and excited that this is one person talking about this, we, the Garinda PSI party faction, recommend that the PAD target for the foreign tourist levies for the 2025 fiscal year be increased from 250 billion to 750 billion. For this, concrete steps are needed for the implementation of Regional Regulation 6, including DPRD supervision. Responding to this, the Regional Secretary of Bali Province, Dewa Made Indra, emphasized that the Bali provincial government is not pessimistic about the target for 2025. However, it was said that the implementation of the PWA levy is a new policy that started this year, and so there's problems faced during the first year, which causes the receipt not to be in accordance with the predicted number of tourist visits. And I talked about this in a previous video, maybe 2 videos ago, 3 videos ago. A lot different. They're expecting a lot more money from the number of people coming in, but of course, as everybody knows, collection has been really screwed up here, and nobody seems to know what's going on, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And so a lot of people coming in, and they don't pay because, well, nobody's getting any money from them. Nobody's asking any money from them. Talk about we're going to have the hotels do it, and we're going to have tour guides do it, and we're going to check when they go to tourist destinations. This is a program that, well, I'm not one to criticize the government because it's not really my government, but let's say it might have been handled better. And so from Made Indra, he said, this levy is something new that we need to socialize. What we still really don't know is what the field conditions are that we're facing. It turns out that today it's not been achieved according to the number of tourist visits because we still have many problems. It was revealed that the first problem is that socialization to the tourism market in other countries still needs to be carried out. Really? Second, the payment system continues to be improved because this system does not only apply in Bali but throughout the world, so that people use their respective currencies to pay. Moreover, there are many payment instruments that apply in the world, and while we only know a few, such as Visa and QRIS, the system at BPD has not been able to reach all payment instruments from each tourist destination or each tourist place in the world. In other words, there's many tourists who have to transfer to US dollars before they pay, or transfer first to rupees, and it can't be done correctly. That's why BPD Bali continues to develop its payment channels. Did anybody think of this at the start? Remember, this has been going on since February, and here we are in October, and it has been going on since February, but had been talked about way back in 2023. And so it's not like this thing was just suddenly materialized out of thin air. But they're just figuring out that People are having trouble paying in their own currencies, or they're not able to pay in their own currencies, and so they've got to make transfers to US dollars or to rupees. And the third problem, the party that has helped has not received incentives. This is because there is no regional regulation in the PWA regional regulation to issue incentive money for those who help collect the levies, like hotels or tour guides or tourist destinations. We want to provide the regulation, but it doesn't exist yet. That's why later in 2025, we will propose a revision of the regulation so that it will be optimal when these problems can be resolved. We will even increase the amount of the levy. Oh, geez. So, there are some words I can think of for this, but, well, they're not really appropriate for my channel. Okay, so what about the new tourism minister and how she is going to deal with the tourist industry here in Bali? Tourist industry ready to provide input to Minister of Tourism. Bali tourism actors are ready to provide input to Tourism Minister Widianti Putri Wardana. Hopefully, there will be new planning for further development of Indonesian tourism in general, especially Bali tourism, which is cultural tourism, like the beach clubs. Bali tourism actors said Monday, as tourism actors, we congratulate the new Minister of Tourism and his deputy, said the head of DPRD, Asita Bali I Putu Winastra. It's hoped that under the leadership of Minister Widi, the Ministry of Tourism can make Indonesian tourism better, of higher quality, and more sustainable. The point is, there must be clear planning for Indonesian tourism to come to the front. Really? Putu suggested that a kind of tourism zoning needs to be created, considering that Indonesia has a vast area. For example, in Western Indonesia, what potential would be superior there? Likewise, in central and eastern regions of Indonesia, where tourism potential is yet to be prioritized or has become superior. So that there's a diversity, not monotony. We hope that this will attract more tourists to come to Indonesia. Especially for Bali, tourism is expected to strengthen culture. This is because Bali has agreed to prioritize cultural tourism, like in Canggu. Thinking of cultural tourism, I was watching a tourist talk about cultural tourism in Bali, and she said the biggest issue in Bali is how to find a good date. I always learn something new, even after 35 years. Don't let tourism development damage the spirit, namely the culture, which is the soul of Balinese tourism. For that, there needs to be a firm and clear policy and regulation, and there's still a number of things that need to be discussed and solutions sought related to Bali tourism. Moreover, he said, Bali tourism is a barometer of national tourism. Therefore, we hope that the Minister of Tourism can immediately come down to Bali. Maybe later there will be a kind of FGD, focus group discussion, that can be used as policy material later, according to Putu Winastra. Tourism stakeholders, especially those directly involved, are ready to provide input because they know the conditions and the problems in the field. The same thing was conveyed by the deputy chair of the Indonesian Tourism Industry Association, E. Nyoman Astama. In addition to being grateful for the smooth inauguration of President and Vice President for the 2024-2029 term, Astama said that the community, especially the tourism community, has high hopes for the red and white cabinet. We hope and ensure that tourism gets attention from the government, he said. According to Astama, this is very important considering that the tourism sector has proven its central and multifunctional role in accelerating economic recovery after COVID-19. Therefore, it's only right that the tourism sector receives special attention from the new government, especially for Bali, which relies on culture-based tourism. Well, I'm throwing that word around a lot. We really hope that there will be government policies or regulations that can preserve Bali's natural resources and culture. In addition to policies so that tourism can strengthen Bali's nature and culture, Astama also raised other issues. One of them is the tourism market competition. Among them is competition with fellow countries in the ASEAN region. Of course, for discussions, we can collaborate with local governments and stakeholders, he explained. And who are competitors? Well, Thailand is our closest and our biggest. Just a quick update. Meetings still going on and criticism still going on of Finns. I haven't reported about it because it's basically the same stuff. Government officials and people in the religious community saying this is not acceptable. Finn apologized, but it has not really been accepted by local people in the Hindu community. And this is continuing to be a major problem for them. That's it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow.